Welcome back to the True Body Intelligence Podcast. My name is Lee Maher, and I'm your host. And today, we're going to get into something that I love to do, all my clients love to do, and is super, super beneficial. And you can do this the rest of your life, and you will feel great. And if you're into, mystical experiences and having a deeper connection with your spirit and wanting to feel more of that soul vibration, then a healing bath is the perfect mechanism to allow you to do so. So we're going to get into that, and I'm going to explain what it's for, how it helps you, and a little bit of the process. And if you really, really want a copy, guess what? You can go to support@truebodyintelligence.com. You can email my assistant, and they will send you a copy of the healing bath. So, another avenue that we have available in the True Body Intelligence path through the Body of Light system is the healing bath. And the healing bath is a wonderful adjunct to add to your growth process, right? And why? Because in the healing bath, the first bath that's available is called the Violet Flame Healing Bath. And what we're working with is violet light, right? Violet light is the only light that duplicates itself. And it's very powerful because it can take instruction. And so when you enter into a healing bath, there's some very specific aspects to it. One is the bath is 1 degree hotter than you like. It has 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of honey, and 3 tablespoons of sea salt. And that's food for your auric body, for your spirit, you see. And then you have a candle at the end of the tub. And the water is analogous to the ocean, and the flame of the candle is analogous to the sun. And so now you have the fire and the water, and the Taoist would consider the fire and the water to be the Kan and the Lee, right? The water and the fire, the Kan and the Lee. And if we look at Earth, right, without the sun and without the ocean, well, the water, do we have the trees? Do we have the other elements available to us? And so the fundamental elements in creation are fire and water. And so we use those two elements to then add intent while keeping a very specific focus on our spiritual heart. So your physical heart's off to the left side of your chest, right? Midline to left. Your spiritual heart is midline to right. And so when you're focused on that light, and now you're looking and tuning into the fire, to the sun, to the energy of creation, right? What's happening inside of you is you're activating a spark inside of your spiritual heart. And when you're using specific I am statements, for instance, I am love, I am light, I am presence. Well, when you're looking into that flame, you're activating the violet light to then inform your superconscious, to tell the rest of you, your subconscious, your unconscious, your conscious mind, that you are in fact love or divine love, light or divine light, presence or divine presence, truth or divine truth. And as you cycle through each one of these 9 times, it starts building, and then suddenly you start feeling your spiritual heart light up. You feel all this energy in the right side of your chest. And it's a very profound experience. And then you leave your bath after about 15 minutes. You got a really good sweat. All your pores opened up. And now you're super, super grounded. And then you change your sheets on your bed to white. You put your journal beside your bed and you crawl in, you go to sleep. And you sweat out everything that's not you. And the next day when you wake up, you're more grounded, you're more clear, you're more present, you're more energized. And the question is, what did it cost you? Well, it cost you 3 tablespoons of sea salt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of honey, and a bathtub full of water, and 15 minutes of time. And so for anyone who's tuning in to the True Body Intelligence podcast, I mean, this is what makes sense to me. It's very quick, it's very easy. You increase your vibration, and then all possibilities become available to you. But when your vibration is low, you feel bad. And when you feel bad, you do bad. And what do I mean by do bad? Bad in the sense that you're making choices that continue to strip your energy away and are fear-based. And so you lose and have less access to loving kindness for yourself. Forget about being loving and kind to someone else. Like, you got to figure out how to be loving and kind to you. Because when you do that for you, you give me the inspiration to do that for me. And now when I get that inspiration from you, guess what? I want to hang out with you. Because I feel inspired to take risk as well. Because when I'm taking a risk to my benefit, I'm loving myself. When I called you and we had a conversation, said, hey, would you be willing to help me with this? And you said, yes, I was loving myself when I called you and invited you in to help support my vision. So filling up your tub with hot water, it's pretty simple. And guess what? Oh, I don't have a tub. Well, you know somebody that has a tub, okay? And if you don't have a tub, guess what they have on Amazon? They have these little fake tubs that you can blow up and put in your bathroom, and you can get in a tub. And you begin to start healing yourself by elevating the amount of energy circulating through you, which is what the heat does from the bath. And then with your I am statements, which means the divine masculine and feminine aspect of any quality. So love has a feminine aspect, it has a masculine aspect. So what's the feminine aspect of love? Self-love. What's the masculine aspect of love? Loving others, right? So when you say I am love, I am divine love, you're informing your body, your brain, and your nervous system that that's what you are. But how are you doing it? Well, you're building a new neural pathway. So imagine if you said that 36 times. You've built this strong new neural pathway. And if you've told yourself over the last 40 years that you're worthless, well, that pathway has a very strong electrical charge. But now when you tell yourself that I am divine love, I am love, and you say it 36 times every night before you go to sleep, and you say it again in your healing bath once a week, then eventually that neural pathway is going to get bigger, and guess what's going to happen to the other pathway? It's going to shrink. And then suddenly you've recognized your brain. It's called metacognition, right? You've recognized your brain into a operating system that governs you from love versus governs you from worthlessness. So now we've got transmutative meditations, we got transmutations, we've got attunements, we've got healing baths, all in one system, right? Addressing you at a super conscious level. And then we've got your Bestersize, we've got your Ma-Shing, and we've got your eye-centric strength, right? So now we're addressing so many aspects of you. And all of this requires very little resources and very little time. And so now, is there room for excuses? Like, I basically have removed those from you. You go, oh, I don't have an extra hour every day. Good, guess what? It never takes an hour, right? You could create an attunement that's 9 seconds long that you say 9 times. So we're just talking about 81 seconds. You're trying to tell me you could say that when you're on the toilet taking a dump, right? So the reason why I love True Body Intelligence so much, and I realize it's so important in these times, is because guess what? Everybody's in this phase where we're so hungry to learn, right? Look at the most profitable platform on the internet, YouTube. Right? What are people on there? They're learning all the time. They're learning new things. I was I think it was NPR. I was listening to NPR and they were talking about how on YouTube, people learn more from YouTube than they do in college now. Like kids are like, Mom, why do I need to go to college? I can go learn that on YouTube. Well, one day you might want to learn how to, and they're like, no, I can take a course on YouTube. And Mom, it's free. And so people are realizing there's all this information out there. So if the information is there and what you want is, and you're someone who wants to maximize life expression, then tuning in with the True Body Intelligence System and our podcast to get access to information and tools to help you get more grounded and more centered is obviously the prudent action to take. And so the healing bath is a great supplement to what you're doing. Men are less common for baths. Women are more into bathing. And when I say to women, oh, I got a healing bath, I can take that. I can take that 2 or 3 times a week, right? And I have female clients and students who take their healing bath 2 or 3 times a week. It takes 15 minutes. And they feel great. And they look great. And why would you ever want to feel less than great if great was possible? Why would you? The only reason why you want to do that is because you're overly vested in feeling terrible, right? And look, does everyone in the world have the same opportunities as us? No, right? Other people are right now, they're in war-torn countries, right? They're lucky if they can get enough water or food to survive. And so I'm aware of that. Yet if you're one of the listeners who's fortunate enough to tune in with us, you're living a different lifestyle. And so within the lifestyle that we have, you have another tool that you can use to maximize your life expression. And the healing bath is very, very, very powerful way to light yourself up and feel amazing.
Okay, so that was something that I'm very excited to try, and I can't wait for you to text me the stuff so I can actually try it home, because that sounds very relaxing. And my fiance always makes fun of me that I never take the time to relax, so this will be a good opportunity. But if I am interested in something, let's say a little bit more rambunctious and involves more movement and it's a little bit more energetic, what would you recommend to do there?
Well, what I would recommend is Sha-King medicine.
What is Sha-King medicine?
Sha-King medicine is a form of medicine that was created by the Kalahari Bushmen in Africa that they've been utilizing for 60,000 years. I had an opportunity to go to New Orleans and study with a man who studied and investigated deeply Sha-King medicine and the Kalahari Bushman traditions. And that was a very powerful experience, and it just lit me up and it turned me on to a whole new way of creating powerful levels of transformation that were also fun and playful. I mean, I think the difference with Sha-King medicine, which I'd like to get into a little bit deeper later, is that it's fun and it's playful. Where most spiritual practices like meditation and breath work, I don't know if I would say meditation is fun, right? Would I say that breath work is fun? No, they feel like work, right? But Sha-King medicine feels like play. And I think if you're gonna get into any kind of really deep, intense healing and integration, you have to consider, well, what are the organs in your body that are part of your spiritual development? Well, those would be the pericardium, the appendix, the large intestine, and the spleen. And the spleen is all about playfulness and fun. And so shaking medicine is out of syncopated form of dancing that activates and stimulates powerful levels of electromagnetic energy through your entire body that make you feel good while having fun. And so, but it's a deeper conversation to get into all the other stuff, yet I think that's enough of a teaser to get the True Body Intelligence fans of this podcast to tune into the next episode. So if what you want is something that's more playful and fun, then I assume you're going to tune in to the next episode in the next part. Thank you for tuning in to today's content. This will be made available in its full form of everything we put together for you at truebodyintelligence.com. And at truebodyintelligence.com, you can tune into my book, Free for Life, a U.S. Navy SEAL's unique journey to inner freedom and outer peace. And there I will teach you at a much deeper level. And this will be really, really, really good reference tool for you. Plus, the audiobook has an opportunity to allow you to start the program already by purchasing the one with the energetic integrations, and that will help you get started. All of this content will also be available on all major platforms: Apple Podcast, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, and YouTube.